Hello. Let's talk about the remarkable Balfour Declaration of 1917, which was essentially a letter written a century ago by England's Foreign Secretary at that time, Arthur Balfour, and addressed to Lord Rothschild, a leader of the British Jewish community back then. I'd venture to say that Balfour's letter was probably one of the most consequential messages of all time, mainly because it marked a watershed moment in the history of Israel and signals the first formal recognition of what would eventually evolve 3 decades later into the independent nation of Israel in 1948. That makes the 16-line Balfour Declaration rank right up there in terms of historical importance with the likes of England's Magna Carta of 1215 and the American Declaration of Independence of 1776. It's fascinating to do a little time travel and go back to the violent, shifting landscape of 1917 to understand the context of what was going on in the world at that time. World War I had been raging in Europe for 3 years already, pitting the Allies against Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire, who controlled Palestine. The Russian Revolution had broken out, and Jews everywhere were suffering from pogroms, prejudice, and unpredictable violence. Buried under the earth-shattering headlines of that day were the overlooked efforts of a small band of Zionists, led at first by Theodor Herzl and then by Chaim Weizmann. They were struggling against insurmountable odds, really, to carve out a national home for Jews in Palestine. If any gambler of that era would have placed odds on the Zionist dream for the Jewish homeland, the bet would have been 100-1 at the best. There was a lot going on, and the British at first turned a cold shoulder to the Zionists. But Weizmann and his small band of supporters were very persuasive. It took letters and presentations, meetings, debates, backroom dealings, but the British cabinet finally approved the following statement, which I'll read to you. His Majesty's government view with favor the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people and will use their best endeavors to facilitate the achievement of this object, it being clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine, or the rights and political status enjoyed by Jews in any other country. The Balfour Declaration was controversial at that time, and even historians today are still pondering its real message. No one can deny, however, that this official recognition by Britain was the first stone in the foundation of a future nation. Thank you.